that was the thing that came up on my Patreon page on how they were saying, you know, Lucian, it would be cool if we send our tracks to you, you stem it out, and you just create something of it. Well, I thought, yeah, I mean, that's something that's been in the works for a long time. So how I remix your songs, that's going to be today's video. You ready for that? Let's go do that right now. Hey, yo, what's up? I'm Analog Kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, do not hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. So stick around till the end of this video. I'll tell you all about Patreon, Discord. I'll tell you all about how to make music with me, and I'll tell you all about the cool stuff that's happening. I'll also tell you about a new Kitchen Club edition that's taking place in a few weeks in Rotterdam here in Holland. So if you're in the neighborhood, come and check it out. Patrons get free admission, by the way. So that'll be a cool thing. So there's not much to say, really. I mean, obviously it is a channel of me making a lot of music and just jamming it out or showing you tips and tricks on the DAWless performance aspect of things. But by now, there's a lot of people that do the same thing that I do, and they have their different ideas. So out of Australia comes Brad F. Brad F is one of my patrons. Thanks for supporting, by the way. And he said, Lucian, you know what? Let's do this. I've created a little bit of a thingy. I'm not completely DAWless because I made most of it on Ableton, but then I'll whiz it out to my analog set. But here are the prepared loops. Now, I'm a hybrid producer myself, so I do prepare a lot of stuff on the computer. I just don't want to perform it that way, you know. I just don't think anyway. So he has sent over some stems, but I can tell you about it. Maybe he should tell you on what it is that he done. Brad, take it away.
Hey Lucian, I will go through the tracks that I sent you. Nothing crazy. Unfortunately, it's not the most exciting video because it's an Ableton live set. Everything starts its life here as an iPad jam on Korg Gadget. Then I export it to Ableton, and then from there it sort of gets divided out into the various hardware gadgets, either as audio or as MIDI. Sort of like a sketch system that I've got going on. So we've got, first up, there's a little bit of a mood loop just from the Korg M1 emulation, just to give it some space. There's a bass drum, nothing crazy. I'll leave that off while I go through the other loops. We've got percussive loop here. It's just I think it's also the Korg M1. There's a dry and there's a wet, and they get summed together to create the loop that I gave you. Then there's an arpeggio from the Arp Odyssey emulation there. It's a short loop. There's also a long version I have as MIDI that sort of makes an appearance through other gear. A little electric sort of sound just to give some interest in the background. That long arpeggio loop shows up through the SH101. Really quite subtle, just a little, it sort of moves up and down. It's like a backing loop. And then from that loop I also got like a bass line, just condensed it down into just to get little short snippets of bass. On its own as a long loop like that, it's a bit hard to latch onto, but there's some cool little bits like I got a small bit of that and then cut it into half with two different sounds to create this little bass line that sort of kind of dance with each other a bit, I guess. We have simple crash sound. I think I sent you a left and a right version of that because I put that in my Digitact and I want it stereo. Basic drum loop in the background. It's sort of everything's condensed at the moment, snares and hats, and just that one loop. And then there's, I think, just an extra bit of the bass line just through the Jupiter 4. Two versions, a filtered down and a not so filtered down. And then lastly, there's a folder just full of acid lines. So I kind of make more than I need with acid just to have some options as I'm jamming it out. So yeah, and then it all just sort of comes together, just as, yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. Enjoy.
So yeah, obviously that is how he's done it. I have transferred everything into my live set, and let's see, we can enhance it a little bit, do some tips and tricks or add some stuff to it. Now, I'm not going to go into technical about this. I will do a few simple things so it's easy for you to follow what it is that I did. If any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and if not anything else, I'd like to say peace. He said, "Dear Lucien, I've been watching your channel, and it occurred to me that your mixer is going very fast. I cannot stand what's happening to it. I've got a similar mixer, which is a Soundcloud EP M8, something like that. It's in pristine shape, and let me send it to you. Let me save you. Let's go and do it." So there's a new mixer. Thank you, and he sent the mixer over, so we made a deal, and he's supporting the Analog Kitchen 5. So thanks ever so much! The wondrous world of the internet, YouTube. So without further ado, thanks for the mixer. So the sound should sound different. Let me know how, if you, when you compare it, which mixer you think sounded better. I think this one's got a little bit more oomph. Anyway, so that's that. Let's head over to the live set and let's make it work, shall we? Let's go! I have loaded in his drums, so his drums and his sounds of being split out, drums coming from the Octatrack Mark II, and some of the samples in the bass line are coming from the MPC Live. Now, let's look at the drums first. What I've played here is his kick drum, which I think is nice, it's cool. I would suggest to maybe EQ it a little bit more. So what I will do is I'll go in, because I think we can do it like this. Oh, filter it down a little bit, because I think, double click it, see, it's a bit on the plasticky side, I would say. What I'll do is, while I can, even, let's see if I can, well, yeah, I think it's okay. I can normalize it, but for now it's okay. So what I've done is I've filtered it down, as you can hear. So usually it sounds like this. And then there's this plastic kind of vibe over the top of it. And I want to filter it down. So out of the 127, which is the value on the audio track, I'll go to 102. And then the drum loop also. That's very nice. It's already well mixed. It's very wide. The one thing I would suggest is to not constantly use the crash. So the crash is on the 1. If I was to slice it, I'll probably take out the crash. But for now, I think it's okay. Then with the kick, I'll tone it down a little bit. So nice 808 driven drums. Now I've added to it a clap. Clap on 3, which I think might be a little bit too long, so I'll shorten it. I'll do that by means of the envelope here. Yep, so shorten it. Then I've also added toms. Boom. So going in, on one is just boom, bam, bam. Second one is third one is again, bam, and the fourth one is ba-da-da-bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this takes away the attention of the crash constantly breaking up the groove. Well, yeah, it's alright. On 5, let's see what we got on 5. Nothing yet, so I can go in and add something. So I'm going to look for some sounds. What do I have? Yeah, probably. Load in the, go in and say we're going to stick you on 16, so we don't have to constantly wait for 4 bars, but just do 1 bar, put it in record and go. And like that, like so. That's it. Nice. 707 open hat. Also going in for a little bit of a shorter sound. So first let's go into the sample. And a bit on the soft side. There you go. Get out of there. Then envelope it up a little bit, which means it's I think it's going to start sounding where I want it. Yeah. I've also enveloped the kick drum, so listening to the kick is on the first effects page, which is the filter, and the second page by default is the delay. The first effects page, I have high passed it, so if I'm entering this in over here, you'll see that the bass will change if you can make it out on the camera, which means hitting it, it's on 75, which means that when I open up the crossfader, it now takes out the low end. I've also done it with the rest of the drums, by the way. So that's on the master. I can also go up a little bit more. So now we've got some sort of thing where we can also introduce a few crazy things. Now that we've got our drums going, and I'm going to lower the loop a little bit because that's what you're doing me. Okay, so there you go. A little bit louder. It was on 0, now it's on -5. Let's listen to what kind of sounds Brad has provided. Let's save this first. So while this is saving, that's one bass line, obviously. And then we'll go into the edit sample space and you can see what is happening. I'll just I've chopped this in half because I don't really would like to play longer sounds over the top. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use everything of this because I like it, but it's very much, there's no zero crossing here, so that so I'll go here. Zero crossings means clicks and pops, which is what you don't want if the loop is turning around.
When audio is digitized, there's a portion above the zero axis and a portion below. Where the signal crosses the axis, there's no voltage, and the signal is absolutely silent at that spot. This location is called a zero crossing. Ideally, all edits would be made at zero crossings so that no pop or noise surge would be produced.
And I am going to only use one of those. Again, no clicks and pops, please. So I'm going to add at the end. So. Okay, well, I don't think that you will hear that little clicky towards the end. Okay, and then here, atmosphere. I'm loving that. So I'm not going to record it in. So let's make a track for that. So probably on the first page, I'll say atmosphere. Atmos. So I'll do it, and I know that it's over there, so I'm going to record it. Go straight in, over it, and say. Right? So we got our atmosphere going. It gives us a little bit of a boom, boom. I can hear that the toms that are playing over her and 4 can be pitched down a little bit. So I'm going to go to source. I want to go from here to here. There you go. Or let's do it this way. But the higher they are, the louder they will become, or you perceive it as louder. So I'll turn it down a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see what kind of a bass sound Brad has introduced. So we'll go for bass. Okay, now I've got a trick in my mind where I would like to go completely okay, so I'm going to place stuff on different measures in the groove, right? So it's going to do this now. What I'm going to do is, instead of the one shot, I'm going to go in and say, I don't want this to be a one shot, I want this to be a note on and off. Which means that now I get to play different things with it. So let's record it in and go like, bam. And the smaller notes that you barely hear will just act as ghost notes, if you will. Nice. Now the other note that we had. Now we can do some call response here. And it go in. Yep. Oh. Okay, let's take this one out. Okay, I'm over enthusiastic most of the time. Boom, up, down, there again. I'll do it that way. Yeah, nice. Now it starts to sound like something, you know, crazy. Okay, what else have we got? That was an arpeggio that I've heard also. And that arpeggio was, let me see, maybe No, not arpeggio, but something that I'm liking. Oh, there you go. I'm liking that. Okay, so I'm gonna go and shorten this. Why? Because if I was to stop this groove, it will keep playing, and I don't want that. But okay, now that we've got our bass line of different elements playing, it's time to introduce a filter on top of it. I see that there's one here already, which is off, so I'm going to turn it on. Resonance. This is going to be my catalyst, so if you wonder how do I make my sample and hold catalyst, this is how I make them. So this is going to be the drive of the groove. Nice. Okay, now I am going to find my off-camera big bad boy subsequent 37, and I'm going to say, you know what, this bass line, it could do with a little bit of backup, so I'm going to go in, make a MIDI track, say here, subsequent 37, go to channel 9, because that's my bass line, and then nice, okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go in. I will do that again. Undo. Woo! Nice. I'll turn it down a little bit because it's a bit too loud on my new EPM8 mixer. The wondrous world of the internet. Turning down the subsequent a little bit. What I'm going to do also, now that the track is going in a certain direction, or going somewhere, I'm going to change out the delay on the second effects page on the master here, master track. I'm going to change that into a reverb. So double click it, and then I'll go down. I'll say dark reverb, which I think is one of the better reverbs on the octave track for some reason. Then I'm going to again automate this. I'm going to go in and say open the mix, open the time, which means that I am automating it already. So nothing will happen if I don't use the crossfader. As you can hear, give it a little bit more body maybe. Nice. Boom, boom. Okay. This is one bass line, which I'm going to call Top 37. 37. Concept. Oui. Okay, and then we're going to go for another bass line, because you can never ever have too little bass in your record. You know what I mean? So this one is going to be the mini tar, and I'm going to be very, very blasphemous here. This is 10, but I'm only going to use one note out of this thing. Gonna be long. I'm lying. I think I'm going to do something else. I'm going to open up a little bit of the reverb for the blue sky here, and then. Okay. Here we go. that my bass. Turn up my groove a little bit. Doesn't overdrive my sound here. Okay, and Brad had, I think, let's go in and say this is going to be the mini mode. Unfortunately, not guitar. Yep. Okay. Filter it down. Okay. Here's something. Wait a minute. Yeah. Make a pattern out of it. There you go. Who says you cannot make a lead theme with something that only plays 3 octaves? There you go. And go back in and moderately. Nice. Okay. Now there was an ARP of some sort because I do miss a little bit of glue between what Brad did and what I'm doing right now. So what I'm going to do is find. Where am I going? I'm going here. So I'm going to go into the samples and see there was. Let's stop it quick fast. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, let's go to the drum program that we need. Otherwise. Nice. Let's see how this works in the beat. Let's process it first because I think it's a little bit on the soft side. So I'm going to normalize this, do it. There you go. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'm gonna go in like this. Come on, 2, 3. Let's record it because it's. Nice. I'll shorten the notes because if I'm playing one shot and it's long samples, they'll go on forever, and that's not ideally what I want. There you go. Let's save it because we've all been there, right? Thinking that we made the best track ever, and then it's just one of those badass stories in the cafe, bragging about how great it was because it never exists anymore because it crashes and you've lost your work. So saving is always important. Cool. Now that I've got this. And think like, oh my God, you're loud. Let's turn that down. So this is the R. Yep, do it. So we'll go in and say sample. Tone it down. Here we're gonna go on. I'll do that in the pad mixer section. So which means here, pad mixer. Ooh, I'm loving the fact that this all works together, by the way. Okay. What do we miss? Sub 37. Why is there a sub 37 page over here? They're not supposed to be here. No. What we're going to do is we're going to go to MIDI B, which is my Nice. Mini Look XD. I'm gonna go to channel, I think 11, isn't it? Woo. Nice. So it's on the chord mode. I've got chromatic chords here. Which, why did I touch this in the first place? Because it's in the right key. There you go. E sharp. Okay, I'll go in and go to sounds that I've created myself, because now this is just the standard sounds that there are. So I'm going to go to Bank 2, yes, definitely, and I think it's sound 23, because remember a few weeks ago where I made this Radiohead strings, you know? I made some Radiohead strings, and I play, what did I play? Remember, I love those pads. I'm going to use those to play, I don't know. Yep. Here we go. Bam, 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 boom, bam, bam, bam. Nice. So if I turn my mid-guitar off, now the song can be different things, right? This is how I do it. How do I mute this stuff? Well, I just turn off the volume. Well, please, I still didn't finish the sorted the crackling knob, so weren't you? Okay, so if we were to start this track then, yeah? There's only one pattern, as you can see, it's only just pattern number, you know, here. It's got a Brad F1, so I would space this out to make one song out of it. But as you can hear, I would map away the filter on this one now that you hear on that bass line. So let's go to the bass line. The bass line was here, bass. We'll go here. Oh, is this bass? No, this is not. Atmos. Did I? Where on earth am I? Wait a minute. Anyway, I'll find it quick fast. But you know, on this sound now, I would probably enter the sound into the room like this, with a filter on top of it, which is what I can do. Probably. Yeah, there we are. There you go. Huh. This is something with the Ericsson acid box that I've noticed. And I'm like, where's the sound? Where's the sound? First of all, this needs to go off and on, and I need to go in and put this on record. So now the whole sound, that whole track, that whole atmospheric bass track is coming out of the acid box tree. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. Get a little bit of an atmosphere going. Let's see. Put some reverb and delay on there. Space it out. So we'll start the track quick fast with the kick drum like so. Well, thank you, Brad, for sending your sounds to the kitchen. This is what I think that I can do with your sound. Obviously, I can do more with it, but I think that this is some sort of a great idea of where you can take that stuff, right? All right, turn this down. Thank you, Brad, for sending that over. Let's do that every month, every 2 months, maybe. If you got your track, you want to just like me, you want to have me enhance it or ruin it, whatever, you know, that can be up for debate. Just let me know. Send over your stems, film yourself. Please do that in landscape, you know, and film yourself and let me know on your process, and maybe if this thing evolves, you can ask me to do something in a certain way, and we'll see if that can work. Okay, now thank you for watching. If you made it this far into the video, you are an absolute superstar. I love you to death. Now, I guess that's that. Patreon is a support platform where if you like what you see, you love what you hear, you can support yours truly. And then I've got a bridge into Discord, which really works. It's very positive vibe. We've got a big community, as you can see, of people that are clued in, zoned in into what it is that we like, synthesizers or Patreon synthesizer Ableton. I will not do it. I have to restrain myself. Okay, so but it's a cool vibe. If you've got questions on how to travel, on how to package your stuff up, on how to wire stuff up, you want to throw your demos in there, you've got like different ideas, you've got like MIDI connections that you have that other people can know about, just fun, just banter, it'll be a cool thing. And after this video, there is a video chat. We just congregate and we'll talk shop. So if that's something that you'll fancy, you won't be breaking the bank, mind you. Am I still talking about Patreon and Discord? I sound like a shepherd's stone, don't I? Okay, that's that. I'll catch you next week. Keep watching this space. I'm Animal Kitchen. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on another video. Peace.